Hey, what's up, everybody? You guys looking for a coach? Well, you guys, if you've been to the channel long enough, you probably know that that's what I do. So, if you want a coaching session, be sure to go ahead and check my description down below for my Discord link, along with all my other socials, so you guys can follow me and get a hold of me if you're interested in getting coached. With that out the way, let's go and get right into the video. This is definitely, in my opinion, a matchup that I prefer for... Actually, you know what? Need to make another category. If it's in Shotos, it means I'll go either or. I put this one for Shotos. Reason being is I feel like Shoto neutral works pretty well against this character. Because of, like, with Ryu, you have, like, slow shock you to kind of stuff out, like, their side B on the ground. And it sometimes will clank with it in the air as well, which is super useful. Same thing with Ken. Like, Ken kind of, like, just does what he wants whenever he gets in, but at the same time, like, dealing with planking with Bayonetta can be really annoying from super campy Bayonetta. This is just because a lot of the stuff in this matchup hasn't changed too much from Smash 4, except that I have a better neutral now. So I personally just feel, like, this is, by the way, just to let you guys know, this is my personal chart for, like, who I would go for the matchup. Terry could probably do it, I just don't know the matchup with Terry right now. So if I was ever run into a Bayonetta bracket, I'd more than likely go Shotos. Mostly because I understand how to play this matchup in neutral, and I understand, like, what Bayonetta wants to do and how to abuse Bayonetta's landing whenever she has to land in that horrible special lag she has. Plus, like, auto SDI is also really nice, but Terry has that as well. Terry probably does well in the matchup too, but Shotos I feel like have a little more mix to work with off stage. But at the same time, Terry has way more to threaten her with off stage with, since he has, like, iframes out the ass on everything he comes back on stage with. So, yeah. Don't know what I'm going to say about that. I definitely need to play the matchup more. I will say that. I will admit that. Okay, so for Falcon, like, you can honestly say either or, but Ken definitely has the edge in this matchup, I think, just because of his ability to shut down Falcon in shield. Because Falcon's main out of shield option is jumping out of shield, and up tilt just kind of shuts that down for free. So if you know the option select around him on block, not a whole lot he can do. Hadouken is good for, like, keeping him honest. Like, slow Hadouken's good for keeping him honest whenever you're just dashing around on the ground. So it becomes a game of how well can you space yourself to, like, catch him for jumping in, and then, like, how good can you punish it accordingly. But, like, this ain't really a matchup chart, so I'm not gonna, like, say, like, what I think of the matchup. But yeah, I definitely prefer Ken for this just because of the explosiveness, and it's a matchup that Ryu can do, but he wins one time in neutral and, like, gets like 50% and not really much chances for a reset. Ken opens up this character one time, can vortex him to the corner, and never let him play the game if you play correctly. So I think I'm pretty confident in this what I believe on this one. Let's see next. Okay, Cloud. This one's interchangeable, but I'd say Shotos. Reason I would 100% always pick Shotos and the Cloud matchup is our parry meta. Main thing you got to understand about, well, now noted this doesn't count on Wi-Fi because Wi-Fi is trash and it kind of just negates our parry meta because it's Wi-Fi. But, like, this character's entire win objective is all about spacing around us, and our optimal parry punishes are just too good. Like, you can parry dash walk and get a punish, you can parry Tatsu, get a punish. You can parry, like, if they miss space at all, like, they're going to, like, just absolutely blown up. To factor in the character's weight, everything like that, you know, it's not that bad. Plus, neutral's pretty even for both, in my opinion. Ryu definitely does better in neutral for obvious reasons, but Ken's micro spacing, and as long as you're good at parrying, like, you absolutely destroy this character in one opening. So, with that out of the way, like, yeah, I just feel really comfortable with both the characters in this matchup because again, it's a matchup that hasn't really changed much from Smash 4 outside of, like, you know, obviously, like, well, when I say it hasn't changed from Smash 4, I mean the way that most Cloud players approach fighting the Shotos, they approach it similar to how they approach Smash 4 Ryu, so they run away and they kind of play into our win objective of always running from us and giving us the corner. So they end up putting themselves in the corner, so it becomes a matter of how well can you control center stage, or, like, and how good can you, like, trap their landings when they burn their double jump, which is pretty free because they're pretty telegraphed with what they want to do. Down smash is also really, like, nice to have to, like, simply just get, like, free gemps when they can't auto snap ledge. So yeah, is Ryu Nair into down smash true for some people? It's absolutely true. It's a guaranteed combo. All right, next, Bowser Jr. This is a Ryu. Bowser Jr., at least the good Bowser Jr.'s, are all about camping, and Ryu outcamps his character pretty hard. Shakunetsu is just a godsend. Shaku Hover is a godsend. It just controls neutral super well. Yeah. Ken, it's a little more annoying to deal with him when he camps against Ken, so I would 100% go for Ryu for this one. You could go Terry, honestly. You could go Terry, but I don't know the matchup with Terry, so me personally, if I ran into this bracket, I'd more than likely go Ryu. Bowser. You know, optimally, I swear that Ken beats this character. On God, I swear Ken beats this character. I just suck at this matchup. So personally, I'd end up like switching between all three. Terry, okay, so here it is. The reason I like Terry is Terry traps this character's landing way better than Shoto's. Okay? He ledge traps the character better, makes it harder for him to land. His punish game is still very strong, and he has a comeback factor, and having extra weight is also nice. But he also, you know, still gets edge guarded pretty hard. Like, if they know where you're power dunking or burn knuckling, they can just parry through your shit, so that's kind of annoying. Ken, obviously, vortexes the character pretty hard. If you understand, like, whatever, like, you understand how the Clank War works with up B whenever you're matching up tilt on block and they clank. If you understand, like, to go into, like, something that's faster than frame 6 and you don't get command grab, then it's not so bad. Ryu, neutrals, like, out-neutrals the character pretty well. But, like, at times it can kind of be hard for him to get the kill. But Hadouken, like, not having to worry about tough guys is really nice. So, honestly, all three can do this matchup. So, it would really depend on the player's habits and what I see. I'd probably lead in with something like Ryu just for the neutral, figuring out what my opponent does. And then I'd go from there. That's, like, my go-to. Is like, normally I'll lead in with Ryu just to kind of see what kind of player I'm dealing with. And then, according to what I see with their habits and how they want to play around me, I will switch. Alright, Chrom. This is a 100% a Ken matchup. 100%. Where's Roy? I'm going to go ahead and put Roy up here, too. This is 1,000 times. This is 100% a Ken matchup. This matchup, in my opinion, is 100% even offline. Because Ken's parry meta is just broken. Because the thing is about these two characters is just like the Shotos, they're hard committed to the directions that they jump to. So, meaning they're very telegraphed, making them easy to parry. So, you parry punish this character one time, they get absolutely blown up. I haven't played this matchup at top level since the last patch where Ken lost to, you know, his broken Tatsu loop setups. He still has Tatsu loops, so it's not as good. And back then, like, you got one parry punish and you Tatsu loop this character into oblivion. Now, we still have, like, just different routes, and just, you know, it's just a little bit different now. So, I'd still say it's even, and I still probably would say I'd prefer Ken for this. I don't think Ryu does bad. I think Ryu can do it. Same thing with Terry. But I definitely prefer Ken just because I know the matchup better. I want to learn the matchup more with Ken and Terry. But right now my confidence is definitely in Ken for this one. Also, JL Banger, thank you so much for the follow, man. Welcome to the dojo. Crisis unavailable as Duel. Thank you as well. Appreciate both of you guys. Thank you so much for coming through. Alright. Who's next? Corrin. It depends on player habits. Honestly, I'd pick whatever. I'd honestly, like, wouldn't care. I think that all three of the characters can do well against Corrin. New Corrin's a bit scary. I want to actually learn the matchup, but right now, like, I'd honestly use that because I can, like, whip punish well with Terry. I can just play Shakunetsu neutral with Ryu, and if I play a good microspacing game, I can just simply, like, dash walk in whenever I see him with, like, whatever move they're throwing out to fight Casper at the time, because all Corrins pretty much do that shit. So, yep, I'd say it depends on player habits for that one. This one, yeah, definitely, where the fuck's Peach? Definitely Terry. Terry wins this matchup. There's zero reason for me not to play Terry for this. Alright, Dark Pit. So, this one, hold up, I gotta have a different option here. I think Terry and Ryu do really well in this one. I think Ken does too, but I think Terry and Ryu do better. Just because, again, you're dealing with a character that has a very short hop heavy, like, aerial neutral that's constantly, like, kind of, like, space you out. And Ryu and Terry's whip punishing tools, when people are kind of playing that way, are really good because you have Hadouken and Crack Street to kind of help open them up. On top of that, like, Pit's disadvantage is really good for Terry to kind of, like, shark under him. Because if he, like, stalls with his double jumps, Terry can just simply space himself back and wait for his last jump to be burned and just Crack Shoot or whatever to catch him landing. whereas Ryu can kind of do something similar with Hadouken. So that's really useful for if they try to camp or anything like that. And whenever it comes to boxing, both of them do well. And, you know, whenever you're just, like, you're dealing with a very neutral character, like the Pits. So, like, I feel like Ryu, like, either goes even or wins neutral, and Terry, I think, just wins the neutral, period, is because of his broken-ass with punishing tools. And just the ability to let trap it for free. And not to mention, Pit just struggles to kill. Pit struggles to kill pretty hard, so that's what I think right now. Pit character's too honest. So if I just wanted to simply just not deal with their bullshit disjoints and try to force my way in, I just don't play Ken. I play these two characters. Alright. Samus. Zero Suit. Not Zero Suit, but normal Dark Samus. What the fuck is the other Samus? 100% would go Ryu or Terry for this one. I actually like the matchup for both of them. Ryu because of his projectile game going even with Samus, in my opinion, because you can stuff it out and, like, pretty much use fast Hadouken to kind of keep her honest when she's charging charge shots. So if she has a jump or something like that, you use that opportunity to close the distance and, like, cut him off from center stage, and then you can, like, start using positional pressure. Like, he's got a very clear win objective in neutral. It's super effective, along with, like, you know, good ledge trapping against the character, as long as you stay outside of her reversal option range at ledge whenever she, like, does fair, you know, charge shot, all that shit, Zare off ledge, all that. He ledge trapped the character pretty well. Same thing goes for Terry. I think Terry might have a slight edge just because of power, like, auto-cancel power dunk and shit, because he can just kind of, like, jump over her shit and, like, take advantage of her laggy projectiles. Super useful shit. And he definitely has better ledge trapping, and he definitely has a better opportunity to take advantage of her whenever it comes to her landing because of his better ledge trapping options, period. So, yeah. That's definitely what I think. I would 100% go Ryu or Terry for this one. Okay, next. Diddy Kong. This one, honestly, I'd pick any of them. Like, I love fighting good Diddies. Like, the Shoto neutral against Diddy is fun as hell. It's so damn fun. I prefer it with Ryu, probably, just because he has the better neutral, since it's a very neutral matchup. Ken can still, like, absolutely rock this character if I understand, like, you know, what they want to do. And, I mean, his neutral still plays well if you have a good microspacing game around it. It just, Ryu's is easier. Terry's as well, because of how he can, like, set up slow power wave to, like, simply make the banana bounce in front of him, like, grab it with Nair. And just simply bully in the air with Nair and Fair, because his Nair's already out, which is comes out frame 4. It'll beat Diddy's Fair on reaction in a lot of situations. So, yeah, this one is just dependent. I'd honestly pick whichever. You know what? If I was trying to win, though, I'd go Ryu. I would just go Ryu and out-neutral the character, because I think Ryu just out-neutrals the character hard, which is what Diddy Kong does best, is play neutral. Because if he has Banana in hand, I can just set up Shakunetsu and not care. And if I have Banana in hand, I can just hold it and keep spacing Shakunetsu, and it's super, super useful that way. So yeah, that was a strategy I used to use in Smash 4, and it was pretty damn useful. Hold up, this is loud as fuck, chat. There we go. Donkey Kong, pick your fucking poison, man. That monkey gets destroyed by all my characters. Mii Gunner. Actually, for this one, let me make another one. How do I make another... I'll put it here. Okay. So, for Mii Gunner, I would definitely go Ken or Terry, just because they're better burst options. Ken, once he gets in, Mii Gunner doesn't have great out-of-shield options, so he can shut down her out-of-shield options and pressure her really well once you cut her off from center stage. Okay, now if you, like, are smart when it comes to, like, walking forward with shield, and you're not just, like, throwing your body at her, and you're, like, being really smart at how you corral her to the corner and how you cut off her options to get past you, the character struggles. Like, Ken does well against zoners if you have good option coverage and you're good at abusing positional pressure and making it hard for them to get past you without burning their double jump or something like that and just getting vortexed. So, that one I don't mind. Terry, same reasons for why I actually like the matchup for Samus, is because he has all the abilities to work around their stuff, similar to what you do with Samus. So yeah, I would definitely go these two for this matchup. Brawler. This one, I would probably say just because of comfort, I would go Shotos for this. Ryu can out-neutral the character, and Ken can outbox the character, so I would go for that. If you understand how to play around there, it's not so bad. So yeah, this one is kind of similar to, like, well, actually no. What I'll go, I don't know. Honestly, just because I know the matchup with Shotos, I'd probably say this, but optimally, I feel like Terry could do it too, so if I really learned the matchup, I'd probably put him here, if we're being quite honest. But for now, because I don't know the matchup with Terry yet, I'd more than likely just go ahead and set him here. Okay. This one's definitely one that I would go. It depends on the player. Actually, no. This one is easy because this is such a flowchart ass character, man. They set up like Terry can power dunk over the stupid, all their stupid zoning bullshit. Ryu can outzone the character, and Ken. Actually, no. Fuck this matchup as Ken. As Ken, this matchup's mad annoying. Like, I think Ken wins it, but I hate playing this matchup as Ken because of the way you have to play it. I'd have to say Terry or Ryu for this one, just because I could just not care about their flowchart-ass bullshit and have tools to work with to get around it. Like, when they're setting up their tornado, and then they're setting up, like, their counter to, like, reflect it back at you and stuff like that, I can set up slow Power Wave and jump over it, or I can, like, set up slow Hadouken and jump over it and like, at least set up shield pressure. Like, Ryu can, like, land on shield and go, like, nair up tilt or something like that and make it to where they can't jump out of shield or make them roll where you, like, follow their roll. And where Terry can just simply auto-cancel Power Dunk on block and go jab 2, light Power Dunk, and just, you know, go for the shield poke. That's, like, it. As far as, like, you know, the disjoints and, like, their normals, it works the same as other, like, sword characters. And I think both Ken and Terry do fine against swords, so. Oh, God. Fucking Dr. Mario. Who the fuck would I go for Doc, man? Who would I go for Doc? I'd probably just say it depends on the player. I'd probably say it depends on the player, because at that point, you'd be dealing with, like, when you're dealing with character specialists like that, I normally, like, play it smart, because, like, I know what this character's weak at, but, like, character specialists are weird. You never know. Probably game 1, I'd start off with someone like Terry to kind of see, like, how he plays, and then go from there. Yo, what's up, Mikey? How you doing, bro? Duck Hunt. This bitch. This bitch. 100% would pick Terry or Ryu. Actually, you know what? No. I'd 100% go Terry. I'll go Ryu for this one. Reason being is we can kind of just... we can keep up in the zoning war. And I know of a lot of Ryu players have argued telling me that we just win the zoning war. I'm not the greatest at this matchup, but the times I've played it with good players, I definitely thought Ryu was better. I hate this matchup with a burning passion as Ken. This is my most hated matchup as Ken. This or Zero Suit's my most hated matchup. Absolutely. Fuck that character. Okay, the bird. The bird. Ken. That one's an easy Ken matchup. Because another character that's made out of shield option is Jump. So you know how to shut him down and shield. The character can't do a whole lot. Whenever they're camping, they can be annoying, but if you, again, like, it's pretty suboptimal. Them having such a high full hop, though, is also really annoying. And plus, like, the fact that their advantage state is as good as it is. But ultimately, they're light as shit, combo food, and die in, like, 2 interactions, so it's really not that bad. I definitely prefer Ken for this one. Falco Pew Pew Laser. If they ever actually buff that laser, I'm going to, like, flip my whole goddamn desk. Fox! Ken. With Ken's parry meta, and how, like, Fox's neutral works, definitely Ken. They have the mix-up of down air and stuff like that, which is fine, but, like, I think, like, Ken can, like, play around that well. If he knows that they're going to do that, he can either go for spot dodge cancel, or he can go for hard up tilt to kind of slap him out of the air. And, again, you have a mix of being a fast faller and light as shit. Definitely a Ken matchup. Definitely a Ken matchup. Other character, I think Ryu and Terry can do it, but, like, in all honesty, I don't know why the hell I would ever go them if I can just literally shut this character down for free with Ken. This matchup depends. This depends on the player habits. If they're planking me, if they're a campy planking Ganon, I'm turtling and camping the fuck out of them. I'm going to stand center stage and not care. And I'm going to camp. If I'm dealing with one that actually likes to play the game, I'll go Ken. So this would 100% depend on player habits. Oh, God, man, Greninja. This matchup's changed a lot this patch. Well, not this patch, but the past 2 patches since the Tatsu loop change. Because I thought Ken did fine against this character with Tatsu loops. Now I'm not so sure because of how he just kind of falls out of it now. We don't get the same frame advantage, so our punish game's not as good against Greninja. So I would probably say right now, just because I don't know the matchup, but with Ken anymore as far as routes, I'd probably say Ryu. I'd probably say Ryu just because I feel like Ryu can keep up with this character in neutral, and hard down tilt Tatsu is a great kill confirm. And with how weird this character's model shifting is, it definitely helps to have consistent kill confirms. So I'd probably say Ryu for this one. I don't know, like, that's only because of the Tatsu nerf to Ken. I don't like this matchup because of the Tatsu nerf. Okay, Ice Climbers. This one, actually, no, I would go Terry for this one, 100%. Because once you, Terry's burst options are just too good to break up Nana and Popo. Whereas it's more of a pain in the ass to get in with Shotos whenever they're doing ice wall, desyncs, and shit like that in certain positions. It's really obnoxious. So I'd probably say I'd go Terry for this one just for that alone because of his ability to break up Nana. Because once you break them up and take out Nana, it's a free ass matchup. Because her AI is trash. Ike! 100% would go Shotos for this one. Preferably, if you're asking me who I'd go offline, 100% I'd go Ken, because his parry meta is so free against this character, because all this fucker wants to do is landing aerial when there. So you just get one free-ass parry, and you get to literally blow this character up with your imagination, because he's heavy as shit and tall. So, yeah. Ken absolutely rocks Ike. If it's Wi-Fi where I can't parry for shit, I'd go Shotos. I'd just go both. But for offline, 100% would go here. Next. Incineroar. This one's a weird one. Ryu. I'd go Ryu for this one, just to out-neutral him. Because, if he does revenge my Fireball game, I don't really care because he has to get the grab. I can kind of just camp this character. Inkling. Ryu. I feel very confident in this matchup as Ryu. Actually, no, I lied. I actually lied. I go Terry or Ryu because I'm confident with both these characters in this matchup now. Mostly because, I know how to microspace around back air. Once she whiffs back air and fades back with it, you can just put Hadouken under her feet and get free-ass damage. Terry's fair just literally beats most of her shit, and Nair, if it's already out, will beat most of her shit before it comes out if you're stalling in the air with it, because it comes out frame 4 and that move is hella disjointed. So, and if you don't even want to play that way, you can set up slow power wave to catch their landing whenever they're spacing on you with their annoying ass disjoints. And if the great thing with Terry is if you do slow power wave when they're back airing you on block, you're gonna catch their feet and you can true combo into it from slow power wave with dash attack if you buffer it, or crack shoot, and sometimes burn knuckle. And if you're really godlike and you got go, you can even convert it into Buster Wolf. So that's also, there's a lot going for us in that matchup. On top of Terry's ability to kind of just turtle and, if they ever, go for a cross-up on block, you can just rising tackle and kill this character at, a pretty good percent. Normally I'm, 100 to, 120, depending on rage. Which, having the out-of-shield game that Terry has is really, really nice. And then the neutral, I just like Shakinetsu. Shakinetsu's just really good in the matchup, I think. And I've played this matchup a lot with some pretty damn solid Inkling players. I love this matchup. I personally love fighting Inkling. It's definitely one of my favorite matchups. It's up there. What's wrong with Tatsu with Ken? The main thing is that it's negative on hit now because they made the last hit is even more inconsistent than it was before. Before it would scale with rage, and it still does, but it's just not as effective. And it would make it to where you'd have a lot of mix-ups on hit at a certain percent. Past 30, you could be able to, if your opponent would, mash attack, you'd be able to frame trap them with down tilt to where you'd win that interaction. So you'd get an option select where if they mash attack and you mash it, up tilt or down tilt, if they mash attack, they'd lose and you get a conversion. And if they held shield, you get the setup on block. So, that was broken as shit with Ken. And they ended up making it to where it was just negative on hit, to where if you ever land Tatsu, you're just gonna get punished for it majority of times, depending on rage and which form of Tatsu you land. So medium Tatsu and light Tatsu are still decent in that regard in certain situations, but heavy Tatsu is actual garbage now. And it used to be amazing. It used to be such a good tool for like getting off ledge and stuff like that, but they took it away from him. Isabelle. This one, I would go Terry. Because this is a character that predominantly wants to circle camp these characters, and Terry's option coverage just does not care about circle camping, and I'll stand by that. Circle camping does not work against a turtling Terry who has good option coverage. So I would 100% go Terry against this character. Plus, like, you can just nair through her pellets, you can just, like, down smash her stupid, down B, or you get, her down B, or you can just set up Power Wave and just not care and just break it. So you don't have to care about her traps. And if she tries to sit there and plank with her bullshit rod, you can just simply ledge trap her. So, not a bad matchup. Plus, they're very telegraphed when they come off ledge.